right, from a fantasy perspective, nobody better than Jamey Eisenberg joining us this morning here to talk about Adrian Peterson. Jamey, what do you think about this, and what does this do to the running back situation for Washington?
You know, I'm excited about this for the young guys there, because Antonio Gibson was a guy we've been talking about since the NFL draft. And, you know, as JJ mentioned, Ron Rivera from his days in Carolina referencing the Christian McCaffrey comparisons. He's not going to be McCaffrey. You know, don't overvalue him in that regard. But, you know, clearly he's impressed them enough, and he's the one that I think you want to target if you're looking at it from a fantasy draft. He was a guy that was going in the around 8 to 10 range, depending on format, higher in PPR, a little bit lower in non-PPR, because we thought he'd be just mostly a passing downs guy. But maybe he's impressed enough that they're going to use him on some early downs. But I think the way you look at it, just based on their roster construction right now, it's probably going to be Peyton Barber and hopefully Bryce Love getting the rushing downs work, and then J.D. McKissic and Gibson working on passing downs. They really seem to like J.D. McKissic a lot from people I've talked to around the Washington football team. But I think you look at it this way, Gibson and Love could be the future backfield for this team. And so this accelerates that, and it's a smart move. You know, this isn't a playoff caliber team. We know that. And so take a look at what you have and see if this is the future for your backfield, future for your roster. So Gibson, I think, is going to be the better of the two, just because I think they're going to be chasing points a lot. But I'm certainly going to take a late-round pick on Bryce Love. You know, the former Stanford kid, we know before the ACL tear, a 2,000-yard rusher. He's got a ton of upside. And so in all honesty, we could see Barber and McKissic as the guys leading them in touches for the early part of the season, but I don't care. I don't want those guys that aren't going to be league-winning type of players. I want the league-winning guys, and that's the young guys in Gibson and Love.
Jamey, one more question for you before I let you go, and it's on Adrian Peterson. It's weird because he went from a situation where he could possibly start to now not having a team now, but what I'm getting at is whether you were going to take him really late or not, there's a scenario here, and follow me here, maybe a scenario where you pick him up and hold him because maybe he's in a good situation where there's an injury down the road, and then you can kind of plug and play. What do you think? Is he worth even a roster spot if you haven't had your draft yet?
I mean, we just did our podcast league draft on Monday night, 14-team league, PPR with deep benches, and he didn't get drafted. And it was a little bit of a surprise to see him currently with the team not getting drafted. He's just not going to be a league winner for you. So if you need somebody that has a floor, that maybe he's going to get an opportunity to get some carries, but where is he walking into right now that he could be a starter? Okay, maybe Jacksonville, you know, after moving on from Leonard Fournette, but are they going to go that route after moving on from a veteran when they want to maybe see what some of the young guys have? I think what we'll end up seeing with Peterson is after the season starts, maybe a team suffers an injury and they want to bring him in to see if he can help out a team that is, you know, headed for the playoffs or needs somebody that can get them, you know, a 4-yard run here, a goal line opportunity there. But he's old at this point. I mean, you know, again, it's not like he's going to come in and save a backfield, save a team. He was a good fit for Washington because they had young players and they were going to lean on him as a veteran presence. But clearly, again, they're making the right move to go with the younger guys. And so Peterson's days in the NFL just might be done.
All right. Jamey Eisenberg with the insight on the breaking news. Again, the Washington football team releasing Adrian Peterson here on Friday. Jamey, certainly appreciate it. Thank you.
You got it.
Want more of the Fantasy Football Today podcast and nonstop year-round fantasy advice? It's simple. Hit the subscribe button and hang with us all throughout the year.